Hello again. It's nearly time for Formula E. It's Wednesday evening and Formula E Season 2 starts this Saturday morning at about 1:15. I'm very lucky that my best friend has agreed to watch the first Formula E race of the season with me. Now she's new to Formula E, and I know that there are a few people who are new to Formula E this season. So I thought I would do a kind of introductory video to Formula E, just to try to help you to understand what's going on. We'll go with the basics. Formula E is a single-seater, open-wheel electric car racing championship. What that means is single-seater, there's one seat, open wheel, there's open wheels. For those not race car inclined, like my friend, it basically means they look like race cars. The racing world will try to shoot me for that. That's not very good, but really that's what you need to know if you don't follow racing. That's what they look like. As my little brothers say, they are Francesco cars. So that's what they look like vaguely. In electric cars, they are run by electricity rather than petrol or diesel. There are 11 races in this season, and there are 11 races in this season that are held over 10 weekends. They are held from now, October, to June, July time. They're in Beijing, Putrajaya, Punta del Este, Buenos Aires, a to be confirmed, Long Beach, America, Paris, Berlin, Moscow, and you've got 2 London races at the end. And the 2 London races will be held over one weekend, which is why there's 11 rounds but only 10 weekends. So they are all held on street circuits. Most motorsports, that's what I can think of. All motorsports, that's what I can think of, race on tracks most of the time and 1 or 2 street circuits this season, if that. These are entirely street circuits. The definition of street isn't quite like what your road car will drive on, because last year, for example, the Berlin race was held over on an airport apron, an abandoned airport apron, which gave some amazing shots. If you have a chance, just go watch all the races from last season on YouTube, but watch Berlin's because it is beautiful. It probably wasn't the most exciting race of the season, but like the cameraman, whoever organised those cameras for Berlin, I owe a box of chocolates too because they're beautiful. And anyway, and London was held in a park, but they're street in that they're not tracks, so that makes them interesting because you're driving on different road surfaces and bumpy road surfaces most of the time. Now in Formula E there are 10 teams, and each team has 2 drivers, and each driver has 2 cars per race. And the reason they have 2 cars is because of the battery life. Like your phone, like my phone, like my laptop, the battery life isn't as long as they'd like it to be. So instead of having very short races, what they do is they have 2 batteries, and instead of changing the battery, what they do is change the entire car. What happens is about midway through the race, the driver will pull into the pits, hop out, do a little dance, get into the other car, strap in, and off they go. They have a minimum pit stop time so that everyone's strapped in and safe. Because the amount of crashes in Formula E, you don't want to not be safe in your car. The amount of crashes we saw last season. So the last I heard, they're aiming for the battery life to be long enough for one car by season 5. Now you might think that's quite far away. We're in season 2 now. Well, we will be in season 2 come Saturday. But that's not that far away. This technology is still relatively new. I mean, it's going so fast. We're already extending the battery life so that the races are longer. Because last season you were on the last race of your battery when you crossed the line. Now we've increased the length of the race. So technology is really developing, and the fact that in only 5 seasons we should only be in one car will be brilliant. Anyway, so what else do you need to know? Whilst we're talking about pit stops, one of the things you will notice about Formula E is they don't change their tyres. In other motorsports, everyone that I can think of, they change tyres. At the very least, if it's raining. Formula E you don't. You have one set of tyres per car, per race. Even if it's wet, in Formula 1 for example, just for easy comparison, they have wet tyres and dry tyres. Formula E you just don't, you have one tyre for the entire thing. Last season we didn't really see that many wet running sessions. I think maybe one of the sessions in Beijing, but I'm not 100% sure on that, and qualifying on the second London race, but that was it. But if we were to have a wet session, they wouldn't change their tyres, and they don't change it throughout the race either. The only thing that gets changed in the race is the entire car. Another big difference to most motorsports series is that it's all held on one day. It's all held on the Saturday, or in circumstances of the last London race on the Sunday. It's all held in one day. Let me do my best to explain qualifying. They've changed qualifying this season. Okay, so you've got your 20 drivers and they're split into 4 qualifying groups. Now each qualifying group has 6 minutes to go out and set the fastest laps. Then they'll clear off, and the next qualifying group will go on have 6 minutes to set their fastest lap. Now after all 20 drivers have gone and set their fastest lap, the top 5 will go into like a super pole shootout is what they're calling it. They go out one at a time and they get a chance to set another lap, and then the top 5 will be ordered in the order of those laps that they've just set, kind of like how Formula 1 does their top 10, so that their original laps don't really count. Which will be good because you won't get people saying that they were held up on track for the Super Bowl because there's nobody else on track. I haven't seen it yet, but I think that will work better. That's qualifying, and qualifying takes place apparently in an hour, or it will take place in an hour this weekend, so qualifying. One last thing which I think you need to know about that I can think of is the fan boost. I've done a fan boost video, but I'll just do a quick recap and one thing to add to it. Fan boost is a boost of power that's given to 3 drivers in their second car of the race, and those 3 drivers are chosen by the fans by public voting on Twitter, Instagram, the app and the website, and you vote every day for like 2 weeks. It's used to catch up with people, to overtake them, other strategic methods. But one thing I will add to my last video is I mentioned setting the fastest lap. You can't do that anymore, or you can still set a fastest lap with fan boost, but it doesn't count for points for fastest lap. So one addition, if you want more detailed rambling about Fanboost, check out my other video, because I could rant about Fanboost for 10 hours, because it's my favourite subject in the world. So that's that. If you're new to Formula E, or if you are dragging somebody into Formula E world with you, and this is your or their first race, let me know their or your first impressions of Formula E. If you have any questions, let me know. On Twitter, I am Bethany Boost. I spelled Bethany weird, it should be below. Just Bethany like that Boost, because I'm easy. Let me know, I will try to get back to you as soon as I know the answer, because talking about Formula E is my favourite thing to do. So, hope you enjoy the race, hope things work out the way you want them to, and let's hope this season is just as good as last season, if not a tiny bit better.